Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I'm streaming Lord of the Rings Online, more of my Lore Master and Anor. So in this one, I think, I don't know why my stream health is yellow on YouTube, but that's weird. But anyway, it seems like I'm always having some sort of like minor issue at the start of these. But I think everything's working now, and yeah, I'm going to actually be doing Fornost. On my Lore Master. I think last one I just decided to quest, and I expect Fornost to take a while, so I do need to find a group, and I guess depending how long it takes me to find a group, I kind of plan to quest and do some, I don't know, just general lonely and stuff while waiting. But I did get a haircut. I don't know if my hair was actually cut or if it was just styled differently, but I went to the barber, changed my face to make this guy look a little less angry all the time. Now you just see my ball guardian, but that's what he looks like now. I think it's a little bit better, but I don't know. Something still just doesn't look right about this character. Maybe just because he's an high elf. But from what I remember, I don't know why my keyboard feels like it's not really working, but from what I remember, I still like high elves more than like elves. But anyway, do want to say hi to RPG. Okay, so I was kind of distracting myself what I actually need to do here. Need to wait for the train horn and get a group, so Fornost. Okay, hopefully, I don't know how long it'll take. I've actually seen quite a few different groups searching, but most of them have been like one specific wing. Hey there, fake Acropovic. So yeah, while waiting, I don't know if I'll really have time if I keep like searching for people, but I was wondering why there was that X there, but it's because of the guy in my fellowship. Okay. Sounded like a weapon name actually when he acquired it. Yes, yeah, he's in North Downs questing. Pretty far from me. I actually thought about it, but 29's okay. But I thought about checking Fornost, Fields of Fornost, if I get quests, but I thought maybe some people in the Fellowship would have some to share. I really don't know too much what to expect out of this, if it'll be like Great Barrow as far as the quest and loot. Okay, I think it'd be easier if we have a tank at this point for L6 so we could get one more DPS, but if not, we can try to get a tank and healer for our last two. I don't know exactly where I'm running. I think I have... Oh, I actually should have gone to... I should start heading to... what's that other place here? Forsaken Inn. Instead I'm going this way, because I know I have quests in Harlog. That's kind of why I was heading there. Okay. Hold up. What? I think that's gonna be too high level. I want this to be more on level. Okay. Hey there, Gruesome 985. Trying to like keep up with this stuff, but really getting the group distracts me. Oh, I just lost somebody. I wonder if they joined that other group. Hold up. This is also one reason I wish I was kind of a tanker healer character, just so searching for groups would be easier. But I don't think it's too big of a deal. I mean, there are a lot of people on. Might just not happen to be too many tanks or healers wanting to do Fornost, especially since I put all 4 wings in that. Okay, so I'm actually getting back on track where I need to go. I'm gonna take just the Stable Master ride to the Forsaken Inn. Let's see. Well, that makes that a little bit easier. Honestly, I'd rather the Warden. Sorry, excuse me. The Warden DPS if possible, because their DPS is pretty good right now. But I think tanking would be fine. It's more of also the heavy armor is generally better at this point, especially crafted, so any like Guardian or Captain or even a Champion could probably end up tanking better. But I don't think it's like so bad that it'd be that bad if it like end up being bad for him to tank. I think that person's replying to me on the tank heal or DPS. I just put that because I'll take any of those 3. But just stating we need... I don't know, it's kind of awkward that I did that, but... Should probably just put heal. Video output low. Oh, am I dropping frames? Wondering why my stream health is bad right now. Like, the actual playback looks fine to me now that I'm actually looking at it. I don't think there's anything really going on my network that would cause any lag, but I don't know. I just like looked over and saw I had some drop frames. I also noticed my latency's okay. It's actually quite a bit high. I thought it was only a little bit high. I don't know. I really don't know what the state of like low-level Runekeeper healing is right now. If it's viable, I assume it is. I don't see why not, but maybe it's not. I'm just thinking it'll be easier to get a DPS. Then, oh, one thing else I'm excited is to try Redline. I want to try that, and let's see, when I get about 5,000 XP when I level up. What time? Yeah, it's kind of getting to peak time. I actually had to wait in the queue, and the queue actually worked this time. That was kind of nice to see. So I had quest turn-ins here. I don't know if my voice sounds like it to y'all, but it just sounds kind of like I have a cold or something. I don't really feel like I have that. Probably has to do with the cold weather, actually. Oh, Barton, that's like all the way. That's, I was thinking Oat Barton wasn't Shire, but was actually, what's that, Evandem. Let's see, morning, afternoon, evening. Well, for me it is afternoon, almost evening, so good morning or afternoon or evening to you, Lucas. And Axel, the most populated regular server. At one point I would say Arkenstone, but I think Crick Hollow was another one that was pretty popular before the legendary servers were released. That's a lot of Bog Guardians. Almost makes me assume these are... Yeah, they look like multi-boxer. So I was going to the exit. I think this actually is the exit. Maybe. There we go. Okay, try to... Forgot I actually needed to start searching more. So yeah, I have a bunch of high-level quests, so that's kind of one reason I want to do Fornost, but I don't know how much XP it'll give me. I hope it gives me enough for maybe half so yeah, I'm running at 1080p actually. I don't know why it would look so much less cluttered than your 1080p. One thing is I have these, I think I have the Fellowship, some of the UI scaled smaller. I know I have the minimap scaled smaller because that thing for some reason is like really large if it's at the full scaling. Where is that stuff? And then Companion Vitals is smaller. I think, no, Fellowship's full size, but I had the Raid one smaller. Oh, and the class ability bars, I guess I have that smaller too. Oh, that actually, I don't see anything. I guess that's like attunement or... oops. I hope that just reverts it to where I had. I didn't mean to. I just meant to go back to like what I had it as. It looks like LOTRO is freezing from that, but... Okay, yeah, it didn't change anything. Don't really need to put tank or DPS because we can get a healer and the Runekeeper could DPS if they wanted. Don't know why it... I guess when I revert my UI, it just told me my title again. So as far as questing goes, I gotta remind myself now what I need to do. So Harlog for that area, or for that quest. Oh, this one's Candaith. That one, I thought this one was the Forsaken End, but it's actually to Candaith, who's north of here. Near the weather top. Yeah, there are a lot of group searching. I didn't see any of the ones when I started this, so I just started searching for my own, and a lot of them are searching for specific wings like Shadow there. I've seen a couple for Fire and Earth, I think. But we got the first few pretty quick, and then kind of took a bit to get the healer, and now the last one's taking a while. But at least I'm kind of getting the annoying traveling quests I needed to do, because searching for the group would distract me too much from actual questing. Like, I would either be more focused on questing and we never end up finding the last person, or I wouldn't get anything done with the quest and kind of just wander around like I was. That works. Yeah, Hunter works. I think level 25 might, am I dropping frames again? I think I am. I really don't know why my... Wow, like my latency is just really high. That's like 1500. Okay, I'm trying to get to a little bit of a safe spot and then we can start. Level 25 should be good. Okay, now my latency is back to normal. Yeah, I don't know why. This is kind of frustrating because I haven't had any problems really besides the occasional crash of my stream, which has been kind of annoying, but I haven't had problems with actual like dropping frames kind of consistently. I don't think I changed any settings. Yeah, my bitrate's still the same. I don't know, hopefully it doesn't keep happening. Okay, so... Oh, yeah, so I actually don't have... I need to see... Oops. I meant to look for quests outside of Fields of Fornost before, but I kind of forgot about that. And then I just decided maybe somebody would have quests to share. Ooh, somebody does. I saw a staff, but I didn't want to take too long to look at the rewards while he was sharing them. This is a few quests. This is why I want to look outside and try and get some. This is a lot, actually. Okay, that's nice. Let's see. Yeah, that's, well, it has a lot of fate. I don't really want fate, and the DPS doesn't matter too much, so that might not actually be an upgrade. Warden Shield looks nice. I can't use these other things, but they don't look bad. Looks like a lot of strong weapons, just the fate in particularly is not too appealing, and the agility on this one. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh. Don't really notice my volume's loud until I actually start doing some stuff. Especially in a crowded place like this. Wait, my like I'm changing my volume, but it's not actually going down. I'll just change it on my headset. I must not have my headset to my default device here. Hey Space Ape, good luck with your Lore Master. Hope you enjoyed. I enjoy the Lore Master. Right now it's taking a little bit to actually get my character strong. It's mainly my pets doing stuff. Yeah, Lore Masters are unfortunately fairly weak, especially at these lower levels. The bear helped a lot at low levels, and now the Bog Guardian just kills everything really fast for me. I don't know, I'm here to spend a lot of time on Fornost killing orcs right now. So I am fine doing all the quests, none of the quests. But I kind of prefer to do them just for the increased XP and, you know, more fun killing orcs, at least at this part. Doesn't seem like we're having much issue with anything. We killed the bigger group earlier. I know this warden said he hadn't tanked before, but I think he's doing fine. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting loot. That was kind of an annoying thing I actually talked about in my video earlier today. We'll see. I don't think the bosses or chests will give loots then, but I'd kind of hope so. But we'll see. I think Garthagar one is one that might give loot, and I think that's because it actually doesn't scale. That's actually one of the instance, it's really an instance cluster that I'm most excited for. Which is partially because I'm actually going through Lonelands and going through the quest there. So I want to say lore masters are weak at higher levels. It just really takes a bit for them to get going. And that's true for some of the other classes anyway. So at really high level you get water lore. I think that's like level 70 something, so we won't be able to get in the legendary servers, but that's a strong self-heal. And that's one thing that'll increase your survivability a lot. I know it's like really high level, but as far as like level cap stuff goes in the regular servers, you'll have it for that, and it's really nice. And then you also get, if you spec into the red line, you get a lot of strong skills, or if you're blue line, like your pet just gets even stronger. Like my pet does most of my damage right now, and since I'm in the blue line, he gets even more increased damage. Oh, that's unfortunate that you just get marks and medallions, because the stuff, I mean, you can barter for some of that stuff, but I haven't noticed anything too appealing, and some of the stuff is still locked, and for Fornost, I believe it's would be level 35 minimum anyway, since that's when it was released. I want to try Redline, but I also want to wait until I level up just so I have Lightning Storm when I try it. Looks like they're getting all the quest stuff. I feel like I'm not really contributing too much here. One thing I can do is keep the stun immunity up on the Warden though, because they aren't, they're pretty prone to stuns compared to like Guardians, and I don't know about other tanks, but I know Guardians at least. Is this a yellow line hunter with the traps? It's kind of surprising, but I won't really judge them, because for all I know it might be strong at this level. Kind of like yellow line Warden is surprisingly strong at low levels. Oh yeah, we also get that escort, don't we? I forgot about that. I assume we do that. Oh, somebody in the chat just talked about that. Well, we're killing this guy pretty fast. And that's a lot of bleeds. I try to get knowledge of the cure on him. This one thing, we were probably killing the boss really fast, so he just spawned more ads, which was hard to handle. So I kinda gave up the Runekeeper for the Lore Master. I thought what I was going to do, I was actually start another YouTube series on a Runekeeper. But now that I'm actually playing this and doing this stuff, I'm not too sure that'll happen. So that's kind of basically what happened, but unintentionally. Because I still really enjoy the Runekeeper. And I like Lore Master a lot too. And also because it was the first class I played. And this was kind of going back to Shadows of Angmar time. So it's not too bad. Level 1 through 5 Runekeeper is a lot weaker. My Runekeeper, I don't know if I've done any questing on him, to be honest. I've just done a lot of crafting on him, and he's past Irid the Wind, I think level 15 or 16 or so. So I actually haven't done any combat at him. Level 1 through 5 that's pretty low level. So as far as like the level like 5 to 15, I don't really know too much. At this point I almost want to get level 20 on him just from crafting, just because. But I might actually have to go out questing on him, because when I'm not playing this character I've mainly been working on my Warden, because I want to get her up to level 20. Especially by, I think it's actually next weekend that my kin's gonna start doing instances. Which is actually kind of a bad weekend, because at least here in the US that's Thanksgiving weekend. And just generally a busy weekend for people. Also kind of wonder what time we're gonna do this stuff on my kin, because the leader I think is in, I don't know where he lives exactly, but I think he said like Australia time zone. And I don't really know about the rest of the people, but most of the people I know are actually in the US. Oh, I was gonna say this is like our first boss fight, but I kind of forgot about that goblin that killed the warden. Or all the little goblins, probably. I remember this instance also used to be one of the ones that people would do for like XP boosting. Power leveling, that's what it's called. I don't know why I couldn't think of power leveling. Especially before Warg pins got popular, but it's also decent for before Warg pins. It was kind of slow. But it was just, I guess, one of the better options for level 25 to 65, I think, is when you get Warg pins. But it's actually a fun wing, I think. This one, you can't really stand in the water, especially as a warden. And especially as probably a lore master, I don't know too much. Like, I'm pretty worried about this warden. He needs to stay out of the water. Why? Was he in like one of those phase things where I couldn't hit him? This might be a bit tough with this group. We do have 3 ranged DPS though. The warden can technically range tank if he needs to. Honestly, I don't think we need to kill these, but it's probably a lot safer just because you have these things running around. Sometimes you have to also run around a bit. I want to try and kill the ranged ones and focus on them, so the tank and other people don't have to worry about him too much. I guess the burglar isn't really affected. He can go in the water as he pleases, I assume. Gust of Wind is so weak, and if somebody resists Burning Embers and then I already cast Gust of Wind before I see it's too late to do something else, it's just really weak. Pretty much the only reason I use it is to upgrade Burning Embers. Before they made that change, I think it was a pretty useless skill. And at least it's useful now just because I can complete the class deed for it. On my other lore master, I pretty much never used Gust of Wind, so it was one I still had to do and actually think about using the skill before I could complete it. And speaking of that, on this character, I think at some point soon-ish I should be getting at least one class trait point from my deeds. I think I'm finishing one of them up. I keep seeing that deadly decoy and think it's like a dead friendly teammate. Any quest items? There's one over there. I think somebody else was getting that. And I leveled up, so it's time to get that point. And I should probably join this fight because there are a lot of them fighting here. Once we get to a safer area, I'll go ahead and switch to Redline and try that out. I think Lore Master, the Ball Guardian, is going to be pretty useful on the boss fight. Melee DPS aren't really the best for this final boss, once we actually get up to him. I have a Resurrect. I have my regular Resurrect too, don't I? Or do I still not have my Resurrect? I might not, I might just have my racial one. Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and fill out more of the red line here. Fire and Lightning Storm. It's like, I haven't used Wizard's Fire and actually paid attention to how much damage it does, so that was just a lot more. I don't know if that's partially from being in the red line. Some of these skills, they seem like their damage is higher than they used to be from when I was paying attention in the blue line. I guess we're going this way. I'm gonna have to get silenced. See, I don't need that down there. It's kind of annoying when I switch specs like this, especially as leveling, because I don't have my skills as organized. Like, I actually have Sticky Gourd and I don't have it down there. And now I'm like doing nothing for my group. At least get my Ball Guardian attacking them, and then I can kind of mess around a little bit more. Okay, that should be good enough for now. Seemed fairly strong. It's not as strong as it like will be eventually. Lore Masters just get crazy strong with their burst damage later on. Right now it's not really up to that point. Man, I don't have my potions, I don't have my bowls of water, or anything on the skill bar. My skills do seem stronger though in the red line, which they should. I haven't paid too much attention to these. So these are just plus damage, and I have the plus 10% tactical damage. Different things like that end up adding up, and eventually at least the red line gets strong. I don't know if I'd quite consider it strong yet, but I guess I'm gonna have to get out here. So yeah, I think Lightning Storm is fairly strong, which it should be. I still see my Ball Guardian getting a lot of my damage with his big crits, but I feel like my numbers are actually getting close to my Ball Guardians in this spec. Oh, you also get just 25% for picking red? I should know that, I just made a video on it, but I don't really pay too much attention to what you get for just specking in. I just know my pet was a lot stronger than me for a while, so I went blue line, but now that I'm level 27 and got Sticky Gourd a couple levels ago, got Lightning Storm, and got the second tier bonus that maybe red line's starting to do more damage. Don't have an interrupt. I'm not used to not having an interrupt. This might actually... No, it just stuns them. It might still interrupt him. I don't know if it would, since he's the boss. Is the stream lagging again? I don't know why it's occasionally having these lag spikes like that. Like, my latency is up to 3000 here. And at least the last two times it was done shortly after. I actually see it now lagging on the playback. Yeah, I think it's fine now, but it's still just weird to me. I'm having a lot of lag in the game now. My latency's still high, but it stopped dropping frames at least. Okay, we should be able to kill him still. I think this is his last phase too. Oh, good time for the hunter to level up. So yeah, this one gave quite a bit more XP than Great Barrow, and we'll have the quest to turn in. Wow, is this like at 3000 really smoother than EU? Fortunately, no loot. I keep opening my inventory hoping for some loot or just to check for gear. It's kind of out of habit too from completing the instance. I don't really want to use my 30-minute cooldown res on him, the Runekeeper. Can do that. I think it is Earth next, I believe. He should be able to just retreat if he needs, and then we gotta leave the instance anyway. Yeah, it's Earth. So we think we can maybe run level 26 now. I don't know if there's really much difference in one level, but I think 3 of us ended up leveling up, and I was already thinking about doing 26 the first one anyway. So yeah, I think I'll stay Redline. It seems stronger. Probably get Sword and Storm next, but that's not for 2 levels. This one starts with a boss fight, which is interesting. So, if we look out here, hope they don't start it, but if we look out here, that's actually where Wraith of Water ended, and if you actually ran the instance back before when it was full, you would come back and go through this way and go up here and be right at another boss. I probably want to be up at the top so I can help with these guys, and since I'm ranged, I can like sticky gourd and stuff from up here. Trying to think if I ever did do this. Well, I think back in the day would qualify as before scaling, and I think I did it. And the most recent time that I actually did a full run, I think was actually on my menstrual at level 40 or 50 or so. I was surprisingly able to get a full group around the on level. And we did. It was pretty fun. It took, I think, about 2 hours. If it took about 4 hours back in the day, that's a long time for an instance, but this is a pretty big instance now, split into 4 more normal size wings. But I'm expecting about 2 hours today for it. Could be longer. If it was 4 hours, that's fine. I have the time to do it. I should probably be killing ads. Or are there none? Oh no, we killed him pretty fast though. $11 silver. I'm not even getting the, what are those bounty things on this one? I at least got those in Great Barrow that I could sell for a little bit more silver. Oh well, I wonder if Garthagara one's actually going to be worth farming a little bit for just all the loot, and well, at least for me to buy crafting mats to work on my crafting on my alts when I get to that point. But just as an easy source of actual money loot, which is a lot larger than it used to be, and task items and just various stuff you can sell. Even gear I think might drop in that, like the yellow, purple, regular gear, not like instance gear. What other instances? I don't know when a Numenos unlocks. For some reason I'm thinking 35 to 40. At least that's when it would make sense to me, but I really don't know when it actually does unlock now. Because like Fornost, they changed that. It used to be 35. Now you can run at 25, which is weird to me, but at least it gives me another instance to do, and it's actually in line with where Fields of Fornost is now. I don't know. Destroy trebuchets. Gonna say I don't really know what quests we have to do. We destroyed one. I was guessing that's what the powder box was for. Oop. I didn't know they were still in combat. Hey there, Victoys. I have a lot of people in this stream today. Like, sometimes I'll have this many viewers, but the chat will be really quiet, and sometimes I'll have barely any viewers and the chat will be really active. But today, it's actually a mix of both. I don't know if this guy's actually considered a full boss. I kind of consider him a mini boss whenever I run this. But I don't know what he was like back in the day. Are these enraged timers, it looks like? Oh, he's dazed. There, I completed a shocking strike. I think the other one for that is I need knowledge of cures and then I'll get a trait point. Yeah, a lot of people that I've played with are returning to LOTRO for the legendary servers. Update 23, I started out liking it, but the end game portion of it I didn't really enjoy. At least he was only stunned this time and I attacked him and not tased. Wow, they were all focused on him with a fellowship maneuver, and here I am just killing this one off to the side. Yeah, 2 subscriptions is tough, and with LOTRO to play the legendary servers you need it, and for WoW just to play. Right now I'm not subbed to WoW. I'm kind of... Well, before the announcement of the legendary servers, I was thinking about trying WoW again, and particularly the low levels, because just the I think there are more up there, but I just think some of the clash changes in WoW have been annoying, really since Draenor, I guess. Legion was okay because you had the artifacts and that added a lot of stuff I felt like classes were missing. But as far as like the gameplay of that, I haven't enjoyed it as much. And as far as LOTRO goes, I've been enjoying it, especially at the legendary server. But as far as the end game goes, I just haven't in general been enjoying it. Oh, I did get Sticky Gore off. I was gonna say I did pretty much nothing that fight, but now I'm starting to get some latency again. Hopefully not dropping frames. Where are these guys? Wonder how many people are on, because I had a queue. I noticed, yeah, there are a lot of people back on again. I was just thinking about the population of this game now, and yesterday at peak time there was only a little over 1,000 compared to normally being queues and up to 1,600, but I had a queue when I logged in, which actually worked again. I didn't have to keep logging in, out and back in for it to go in. Yeah, that is a nice thing about LOTRO being free to play, is especially if you do it and complete the zones, which as a player is something I would like to do. If the game is actually interesting, you'll get enough LOTRO points from doing that stuff and maybe doing a few extra deeds that you can buy the zone without having to actually spend any money or even grinding. Eventually it'll probably take some grinding or spending money, but to at least unlock Gevendom, and there are some starter packs too. With WoW you just have to pay the sub and you get the full game from there. Well, except the latest expansion, I guess. You get all the earlier expansions, so it's kind of a bit different there. Yeah, so WoW, it's a lot overall just smoother. Like Gruesome said, it's mechanically superior, I think, too. LOTRO can be clunky at times and not too smooth, and just like random issues, especially with, well, War Steeds, I can bring that up, and all the lag with that. We got the last trebuchet. But LOTRO, it's still fun to play, even if it's like that. And that's just, to me, it kind of shows how a game, if it can be mechanically smooth like WoW is, but if the classes aren't actually, to me, they aren't too fun to play right now. The actual gameplay of it is still important. Oh, has better undergarments. That's probably true. LOTRO's is just, you're like, if you take all your clothes off, you're still in a shirt and regular pants, I think. Oh no, our healer died. This is why I kind of wish I had an in-combat res. Of course I wish I had an in-combat res, but for some reason Lore Master, before I actually got to playing it, is always a class that I thought had an in-combat res, but I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm still kind of suspicious that my Lore Master just doesn't, and all the other Lore Masters do. I should be actually doing something helpful here, and didn't quite get him in time, and then I would have had to heal him. My heal has a 30-second cooldown. Fortunately, classes are still capable of doing stuff on their self without tanks and healers. Oh, we still got goblins here. My Bog Guardian's actually dead. The Panther? I didn't see a Panther, so I don't know what they're really talking about. I just was like standing by the door and attacking the trolls I saw. Yeah, they're supposedly still working on the 64-bit client. I think that should be nice and helpful. And yeah, if the game was just more popular in general, it'd probably get more updates. Like quicker release of the 64-bit client. Didn't even realize these people were back. Or are they back to the... I don't even know if the Warden and Healer are here. I mean, we can take care of them fine, I think. Might as well do something while waiting. They used to have EU servers for LOTRO, and then they actually got rid of them. And now all the servers, even though they still have the US and EU split, all the servers are physically located in the US, I think in Boston. Yeah, and the Bjorning update, if it isn't a myth. They made like a forum post, and I thought I saw something. I think I've actually seen a couple comments on my videos that they were supposed to release the update, the Bjorning update, when they released the legendary servers, like the Tuesday pre-patch. But that never happened, so I'm still anxiously waiting the Bjorning update. I'm excited to see what they do with them. That's like the first time in probably a couple of years that I actually posted on the LOTRO forums. I don't really go there that much. I haven't had too many issues with LOTRO's performance lately, but in general I could definitely see it being bothersome. Like, even if I still haven't had like FPS problems or crashing problems, it's still generally not the smoothest game. I have, as far as like, LOTRO still doesn't even use all my graphics card power. But I have a GTX 970, which isn't that new, but I have a newer CPU, upgraded I think like a year ago. Should probably do something with that, but I didn't. I think it's an i7 7700K, and that seemed to help a lot because my old CPU was, it had, well, it's just slower overall, and it had more cores instead of faster single core speed, which would actually help LOTRO, even though most other things actually use multi-threading. I don't want to say too much that I don't know, because I really don't know too much about this, but as far as I know, like, the multi-threading on the other CPU was better, but it was just an overall older and slower AMD CPU. And then the SSD, putting LOTRO on that, I think has helped a lot for me. I guess the goblins went to the actual boss. I'm going to try to cure this warden. That would probably be a wise move here. Actually got it down once and got him 3 of his dots gone. I don't know if it's the best idea to burn the boss real fast, if it's like the first fight. But we don't seem to be having any issues, so guess we can continue more. He's actually dazed, that's nice. Somebody's keeping up on the daze is good. I'm going to assume it's the burglar. I should actually be doing a better job of that myself too. Okay, we'll go ahead and get rid of the Warden's debuffs again. Probably yellow. See ya, John Greenleaf. Have fun walking your dog. Aw, some of my skills won't go off. There they go. So Space Ape, I don't know. Actually, it looks like I'm dropping frames now. That probably, like, I'm lagging now, and then I look over to reply to that, and now I see I'm dropping frames, but I don't know if I can run through Rohan without stuttering, to be honest. I probably would. If I were on a war state, I would definitely end up stuttering. Right now, I'm just having like regular lag, and it's really bothering me because I don't know why. Okay, so we are halfway done. We're an hour in and halfway done, so that's on pace to go 2 hours. The last two might be slower, I don't really know. I think this one's actually one of the longer ones. Wrath of Earth. Fire and Shadow are the two I'm least familiar with. I'm most familiar with Water and Earth. Shadow, I know the last boss fight's interesting and not really soloable. Or I think not at all soloable. I guess they're all at the quest turns. This might, I don't know how many mithril coins it costs to actually go to that, but if I had mithril coins, that would be something I'd consider using them on. So I don't have to go that way. Don't want to do 27. What? We don't want Wrath of Earth. Yeah, some of the starters could be server problems. Again, I don't know all too much about it, so I don't want to say anything that's like obviously not true to somebody, but to me it sounds like it could be. And just it being a 32-bit client instead of 64-bit. Okay, we still have everybody, that's nice. I almost expected some people to drop out by now, but so looks like we're going to have a short break, and I need to catch up on my virtues, see if there's anything I can replace fidelity with, because I don't want tactical mitigation too much. Don't want fate, don't want in combat morale regen, definitely not. Or non-combat power regen. And all the other ones that are useful I have equipped. Oop. I think I actually pulled them because I was the closest that way. Hope the Runekeeper is healing my Bog Guardian. Actually, it looks like she might be. I think the Burglar stunned him the same time I was about to. Yeah, just some things I noticed about LOTRO is it does not use all my GPU power. Like, it's sitting at 24% right now of the memory it can use, and as far as the total memory it's using, like my RAM, it's only at 1.5 gigabytes, and it's only using 13% of my CPU. Oh, we're back and going. You know, a lot of people that like skill queue thing, the hourglass that shows up with the skills on it, a lot of people ask me what add-on that is, but I don't really pay too much attention to it, to be honest, but it's actually an in-game option. That is a hand. I thought it was a rock. Okay, that makes sense to me why loading it onto your hard drive into your RAM would take longer. And that also makes sense then why an SSD helps a lot with LOTRO performance. I don't think I can make it to level 28, but maybe after all quest turn-ins, that would be a really nice goal to hit after all this. Oops. Uh, I wasn't really expecting it going into it. I thought maybe 27.5 at most. Because realistically, I did expect to get a few quests, more than Great Barrow, for example. I think it's time for a storm. This is where Redline really shines, even at this level, just because Sticky Gore gets to do its damage. I got to use Lightning Storm in a useful situation. And at higher levels, I'd have like Ring of Fire to use there, and Lightning Storm would set the ground on fire. And just do overall more damage from various traits. So this boss, if I remember correctly, he summons some ads you have to kill. That's probably true. You could say that about just about any boss. Okay, yeah, he becomes immune. Getting through this. Yeah, for me, LOTRO doesn't use 4 gigabytes or more. I think it looks like it's sitting under 2 gigabytes. And I think I actually have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I used to only have 8. Going to cure. I need to actually cure these people just for my deed anyway. Like, it's useful to them to get rid of their dot, but I'm also doing it for a partially selfish reason because I can complete healer, which gets me a trait point, and I need quite a bit on that. I still don't have any of my other actual class deeds. Slowly making progress on all of them, it looks like. Some of them slower, like Blinding Flash. I need 400 of those. Which one's Blinding Flash? That's gonna be a lot of dazing enemies. And like, I try to use a variety of my skills partially to help the deeds now, even if they're not the most useful, like sometimes Blinding Flash. If I don't really need to daze another mob. Should probably be using it more in this instance, to be honest, but we're not having too much trouble. In fact, I'll try it here on... Maybe I'll try it here if it wants to go off. Well, I guess I am probably dropping frames. I really don't know what to do about that right now because I don't have anything else using up my internet. It's just really weird to me. Probably could have saved Lightning Storm for this fight. Even with 16 gigabytes, I actually run out sometimes when I'm editing videos. It's kind of annoying because sometimes it'll give me a warning if I'm in the middle of editing a video and I can save it. But sometimes my computer just like shuts down. Or it'll say like ran out of memory and then shut down without actually giving me a chance to save. Sometimes it's happened where I've had to like completely re-edit videos, but not for a while. I try to actually keep saving stuff. Also, Chrome takes a lot of memory. I usually have a few tabs of that open at least. But yeah, as far as LOTRO goes, it'll be under 2 gigabytes for me then. What did I get? Known Hero of North Downs. Wow, this is my first time visiting North Downs on this character. I'm already a hero. Oops, meant to use Burning Embers first. So this boss fight, I think should be fun as a lore master. I don't remember exactly how to go at low levels, but I know when I've run this at high levels, the boss usually burns so fast that you get swarmed with all the adds at once. But I should have a chance to use Burning Embers and, not Burning Embers, Sticky Gourd and let the actual fire do some work maybe. And Lightning Storm. Yeah, I think that's the same thing that happened with the first boss. We got too many adds and then the tank died. Oh. All I can really say is not, or so much for not burning the boss too fast. Why can't I hit him? I'm just trying to get the AoE. I'm not even trying to hit the boss here. Okay, maybe that'll help some. I'm gonna use my AoE days here. Oh, maybe. I thought that's not my AoE days. These are just regular mobs. I thought they were signatures. We don't really have the best AoE DPS in this group since the Warden's tanking. I have some AoE DPS. That was weird. I thought my stream just disconnected, but it was probably unfortunately dropping frames again. Oh, even more ads? Dang. Yeah, I think we probably started a bit too fast on the boss. If I wish I had my AoE pet. Should be able to get it the second time. This is the only wipe we've had in this instance then. We had on the last boss of Water, we had a kind of close one where the tank died and the healer died, maybe? Or the healer didn't die, did she? So you think the next boss fight will be our second wipe? I don't remember what the next boss fight is. Wonder if it'd be better if I stay down here, because I can focus more on the ads from here when they jump down, but then they might just like try and kill me. I'm thinking about using my Raven, but my Ball Guardian would be able to kill the ads. I just gotta try and keep him off the boss somehow. Could also be better to just stand up here. Wonder if he can kite the boss away. I might actually stay down here. Might be too hard to just kite the boss away. Oh. Yeah, so I don't know why my stream is lagging like that, but I think I was talking about this boss fight was our first wipe, and then the second boss fight, or the last boss fight of Wraith of Water. Well, that was a waste of lightning storm there. There. Now I'll burn anybody who tries to go up there. I'm going to cure this warden. Oh, I'm taking too much damage. Think we are finished, maybe? Much smoother that time. Do we get our chest? That's what I'm wondering about. We only get a few marks and medallions and silver from it. Or we already got that, okay. And we just killed the 4th lieutenant. We need 2 more Idols of Sauron. I don't know exactly where those are, but pretty much my fellowship's been covering the quests, which have been nice. Oh, it's those things. Do we need to burn one more before we go? Hope not. Is it just me, or are these guys like fire resistant? No. I just felt like my fire skills were doing less damage to them. Maybe they are, actually. I can use knowledge of the lore master and see. It would make sense because they are Inferno and everything. Let's see, Fire Extraordinary instead of Remarkable. Should still be able to zap them then. They're kind of unfortunate mechanics if certain mobs are resistant or even immune to a certain type of damage, because it could leave out some classes. But if those classes have other options, they can be neat mechanics. But like me, I'm just a lot weaker without doing full fire damage. Sometimes it's really nice being a ranged class because you can just take out the ranged mobs that the tank can't get or just doesn't get, and not really have to run around a lot like a melee class. I don't know why, I just suddenly feel tired by it. It might be because it just like suddenly got dark too. I don't know if in winter, if it like transitions from being light to dark quicker. But I know it definitely gets dark earlier, and it seems, every year it seems like it keeps getting earlier and earlier, but yeah, I don't know if the transition's quicker, and that's kind of why it feels like it suddenly gets dark to me. Because when I started this, it was still light outside, and now it's like dark in this room and I have to turn on a light. And it basically feels like nighttime, even though it's like still 4 hours until I go to sleep. 4 or 5 hours or so. This may not be good, but we should be able to get through it. There we go. Though that really just, compared to the white's total damage, the Elite Master ones, doesn't do all that much damage. Still helpful. Okay, we did get our last idol of Sauron. I feel like Gust of Wind should be extra strong on these guys if fire damage is weak on them, but I don't think I remember seeing Frost being extra vulnerable. Which it would make sense to me. If they're going to be resistant to fire, they should take more damage to Frost. But I guess it maybe just doesn't always work out that way. I wonder if Rangers of Estelden, if they have any interesting rep rewards. I think the Wardens of Enumenos, they have some decent ones. Just talking about that, I get my what am I known to them? So now I'm friend. I think it's friend and then revered and then kindred, maybe. Here's the Wraith of Water, I assume, or Wraith of Fire. Well, we've all leveled up now, I think. I know those three in the middle, the Warden, Burglar, and Runekeeper were. So he has Common, Western S, and Fire damage. Of course, it's Fire damage that he can reflect. Oh, only reflect. Reflect 25% of shadow damage, and then the other is reflect effect. 10-second root, okay. Well, since my fire damage isn't doing too much, it's probably not going to do too much to me. Actually, this seems like a pretty simple boss fight. I felt like there was going to be more that I need to save like Lightning Storm for, but we'll go ahead and use it here. The Warden's kind of taking a lot of damage though. Or is that just the bubble that makes it look like that, I think? There we go. Got a bunch of medallions. Wonder how I'm doing on those. Getting a few. 176 medallions, 783 marks. Can maybe barter for some stuff after this if it's available, if I remember to check it. Okay, I'm going to take a 1 minute AFK to turn on some light so I can actually see now. Alright, should be good to go now. I think 26 is probably safest still. Oh, there's Wraith of Water. I didn't even know you could view it from here. I don't know how well that screenshot will turn out, but maybe I can use it for something if I do Fornost again. So as far as deeds go, I get 40 medallions for doing this. I assume Pillars of Earth. Is that a quest maybe? Maybe a quest you don't always get, it looks like. Deepen. I think it's like that, maybe. 4 of 83? Dang. I didn't even know that deed existed. And class deeds, we already looked at these, so I just need healer. Lore skills. Probably knowledge of the lore master. Don't know if power of knowledge would count as a lore skill. That one's going to be pretty hard to complete if it's 500 of those. That one's 1,000, but I'm actually using those somewhat frequently, so that's going to get done. Cracked Earth I use enough. Healer is the one I want to get done most. Inner Flame I don't really use too much, but eventually get that done. Can't use it in the red line either. Light of Hope, that one probably take a while because that's my kind of useless heal. Somewhat useful, but mostly useless. Summon a companion. Eventually I'll summon 200. Master of the Staff. Staff Strike I'll start using more when I get the Sword and Storm trait for it. Draw power from enemies. That's a skill I need to use more actually. And then Blinding Flash, yeah, that one can probably take a while. What do we have here? Lonelands? I don't know how I'm doing on Lonelands. Deeds. Looks like Goblin Slayer Advance, Orc Slayer Advance. I actually don't know if I'll have many quests back with Goblins and Orcs. Those ones are pretty close to done. Or I wonder if I'd get those in Garthagar one. I don't remember. I think they're orcs in one of them. I don't know about, or I think there are goblins. Maybe they are both. Trolls I will start killing somewhat soon. I've only killed one. I didn't know I killed one troll in Lone Lanes. We all here? This one's probably going to have some annoying debuffs and just generally annoying stuff because it has these spirits and shadows and dead and just a lot of annoying stuff with those type of mobs. See, he like just ran away from my sticky gourd. Dory, I keep opening it, hoping to see some loot or something, but it's not changing at all. Not even using my food or potions. I'm actually going to use those for the swing. Eat 2 snacks and a meal. Actually, I should probably also use a bowl of water for my ball guardian. Down to 96 of those. I think I can get more at level, maybe it's 35 then, is when the next one would be. For that one, I might actually want the links, I don't know. The ball guardian is just generally useful, and being ranged is really nice with it. But I think the Lynx does more damage in the red line. Ooh, we need to search 40 skeletons. I'm guessing not that way. Or is this just searching the skeletons just running over them in this one? I know there's like a, I think it's one of the Wraith or Mirkwood instances, there's something like that. Oh no, I'll try this one. Yeah, I think that did that. Maybe just sometimes a mob pops out. I think we eventually need to go this way anyway. Go ahead and run over these. I don't know if they already ran over these. Guess not. Honestly, I think my ball guardian could solo him. Maybe if I was in blue line, but kind of curious if he can now. Why can't? I'm not moving. Kind of close. Getting him about halfway. Which I think is still a lot for my pet to be able to solo half a elite. For some reason I'm thinking this is the instance you're actually supposed to go the other way. Maybe not. Or yeah, it is. Okay. Oops. Maybe that's why I wasn't moving earlier. having some latency issues again right now. Everything like I'm trying to do, it definitely doesn't get done in a timely manner. There's an Angmar. I think this is my first Angmar I'll kill. I don't think I've seen any others. See a bunch of them when I go to Angmar. Yeah, don't... Oop. Almost ran into those orcs. I was gonna say I don't see any of these, but there's one skeleton pile. I don't know if it's important that you get everyone, like if there are only 40 throughout this whole instance, but that would be kind of silly to me if that was the case. Oh. I was thinking since this one had a lot of health still, the other ones weren't about to die when I casted Lightning Storm. This stream is still... Hold up. I know I am... Okay. I was gonna say, like, I know I've been unfortunately dropping frames, but I didn't know the stream actually stopped at some point. But... it has on the video playback that it's only like 20 minutes, 21 minutes. But the full elapsed time is still an hour, 37 minutes. So I don't know if it just... Hopefully it didn't lose those. Or even separate it. I don't know, I'll have to see after this what happened to that. Okay, I think it might have just disconnected. No, it's still dropping frames. My lag in-game got significantly better though, my latency's back to being low. I don't know if I just picked a bad time to stream, or what's wrong with my internet right now. And if I do a speed test, that alone would make it drop a bunch of frames while I'm doing it. I'm not contributing in any of these fellowship maneuvers. Fortunately, they're getting through this pretty fine. Without me doing those. I think at level 20 when I did Great Barrow is when I found out they were somewhat useful for me. Mainly just because my character is so weak and my pet did a lot of damage, but I don't know now. Yeah, Space Ape, unfortunately, I think is going to be stopping for everybody. But yeah, I keep saying this, but it's just been annoying me because I don't know why too much that this would be happening. It's like, I don't have anything else connected to my network besides my computer. And normally I have no issue streaming. I usually stream at 9,000 kilobits per second, I think. And my speed is actually usually like 12,000, but as far as like not dropping frames, it's better to keep it a little bit below. I'd like to do higher bitrate just for higher quality, but that one I actually could have done, but I didn't get to it in time. But what was I going on about before my cat distracted me? Yeah, I can usually do 9,000. I just changed it to 7,000. Which, by then, I don't know if the quality, how it actually looks. If I actually streamed on Twitch, it would be a lot lower because they have a maximum that's pretty low. Especially for 720p, it's like really bad. At least it used to be. Maybe they've improved it and you can actually stream higher quality now. This was a couple to few years ago. We got silver loot from something. I really don't know what. Guess maybe some of these mobs do drop money loot. I haven't been paying attention, but I didn't think most of them don't, at least it doesn't look like. I wonder if it could be on YouTube's end as well, because they've been, like, I've been having some general issues with them. Am I going the wrong way? Pretty sure we just came from this way. I don't know why they're going back. Yeah, that's what I thought it was back here. But again, I wasn't just paying too much attention, so I didn't know if they were going back there for something specific, but yeah, this is right where I thought we were headed. There's a bone pile. We're kind of spread out here. I think yeah, that guy's dead now. Just need one more skeleton to search. Oh yeah, no. Now I remember what I was thinking about changing here. So my output, yeah, I'm streaming to the primary YouTube server. Sometimes streaming on like the backup one gives better results. So if it gets real bad again like it did a few minutes ago, I'll go ahead and try and change that. Started looking at my XP again, and now I'm thinking it's possible I will get level 28 from this. Because I'll have, I'll have 4 quests to turn in, right? But yeah, when I get back to questing, this did give me quite a bit of XP like I was hoping, so when I get back to questing I'll be more on level and not way under level. And that'll be helpful, especially getting to Garthic R1, which might take a bit extra after Lonelands to get to, since you need to be level 32. I don't know, maybe I can still get that from Lonelands. I don't know why I was thinking we needed to go through that door. The hiccups right now, I don't know why I get the hiccups while streaming a lot. I forgot about this org boss, actually. Oh. So he gets... Yeah, it's probably best to kill ads first on this one. Meant to switch over after. I'm just still so used to doing something like Lightning Storm and Sticky Gourd, not really having to worry too much about targeting ads after that. Because at high levels they're really strong, and even Lightning Storm could one-shot signatures. It's a bad habit for something like this where you need to focus more on the ads. And they're not dying right away. And especially with a relatively low DPS class like a Lore Master, it's usually fine to keep your main target as the boss so you can keep getting your AoEs out. And even with something like Ring of Fire, it does more damage to the ones that aren't your target. I need to go back this way, right? Is it this one or... Yeah, it's this one. We'll make it through here eventually. Oh yeah, I can't see how we're doing on time. I was gonna say, I think we're doing good on time. Yeah, we're almost to 2 hours. And it took us a bit to find a group, so probably end up about 2 hours for this full run, unless something doesn't take forever. Hoping the boss goes smoothly would be the main thing left, I think. I don't know how much is left in this tower besides just getting to the boss. These mobs are all spread out. Oh, and our tank died. I don't know how we pulled all this stuff or where it came from, actually. It's unfortunate. I feel like I jinxed us by saying whenever I was talking about getting to the boss smoothly. This will be a bit of a walk. We got pretty far in. We actually still need to kill one more Angmar guard for the quest. I don't know if that would be before the tower or if it could be like if we missed one, or if it could be after where we were. That's our second wipe though in 4 instances. Not too bad. I think it's our second. We haven't had a third, have we? It's kind of been so long I can't keep track. I think we had the one on that boss with all the ads, and that was the only one, I'm thinking. Oh yeah. I was way behind them, now I'm ahead of them. It's this way. There is some orcs. Maybe it's not this way. This time I led them the wrong way. See, I thought last time it was So in both cases it's the one to the left, but last time I thought this area was blocked when we went through. At least I'm not leading them down there. Would be nice to have a run speed boost, but I'd end up having to wait for these slower people too anyway. Are we going through here? Where are we going? I don't think we... yeah, I think it's this way. Haven't gained much gold either doing this. That's one thing I wasn't expecting to get pretty much any loot. I was kind of hoping maybe I'd get a little bit of gold, but doesn't look like I'll get too much. And Garthagarwan, again, I have a... as far as I remember, that place still does drop loot, which includes gold, which will be useful for me mainly so I can buy crafting mats for my tailor and my woodworker, which are two crafting professions that, at least compared to armorsmith, aren't as good. Here we are. So hopefully they don't pull as many this time. I don't know how they pulled so many last time. I don't think I did any of the pulling, but I don't want to put myself completely out of blame. Yeah, I think maybe they just ran through and then somebody pulled the ones on the left and then everything ended up getting pulled. Okay. That done. Maybe this unlocks the last. Comfiest? Okay, that looked like it said Cornfiest streams on YouTube. I think that says comfiest. I'm glad you think they're comfy. I don't know. It's not what I'm not going for, I guess. Kind of just more relaxing, which I can see being comfy, I guess. I think everybody's using their handkerchief now. Okay, so we have this boss. We still have 2 more bosses then, at least. I was thinking we were about done with this place. I forgot about this boss. We actually got one of those in. Ooh. Almost accidentally pulled a group. The last time something like that happened could have caused a wipe. Kind of stopped paying attention to when they have debuffs and I should be curing them. I think this is a decent time to use Lightning Storm. Might as well get as many uses out of it as I can. Time to stack up on buffs again. Well, I can give one possible reason that minstrels are OP. Their screams are really annoying to enemies, so they just take a ton of damage from it. But otherwise, I don't know. They really are kind of OP at low levels. It's kind of annoying. I was running by, like, on my lore master, I'd kill stuff so slow. And then if a minstrel came by, I'd be worried that I'd have to tap something real quick and the minstrel would just one-shot it. I know the last boss fight a lot more than this one. I'm assuming this one's kill these ads. $7.5k sounds like a lot. I don't know how much it actually is for a level 50 because I'm only level 27. But I didn't know they were that strong at that high level too. Hopefully, I'm always kind of worried when there are buffs like that on enemies that they're gonna reflect and I just end up one-shotting myself or something. I don't think I do quite enough damage for that to happen like it does at high levels. Try to get in. I don't know if mine did get in. Oh, I'm standing in bad stuff. Another 12 silver. We going... Guess we're going this way. Oh, we're already at the last boss, okay. I was expecting a bit more in between these two. But I'm fine with that. We spent a lot of time in that tower. I don't know. Guess it's a tower. I kind of call these things tower. It's hard to... Without actually seeing it from the outside. Some sort of building tower-like thing we went up at least. I mainly say I can work on the braziers because I don't think my actual damage output, especially when I have my Bell Guardian here to help, is going to be way too important. And I mean, we have 6 people. Probably don't need to be helping here. Yeah, having hope tokens would be really useful. I didn't realize it would be this much dread even running at this low level, but I guess that makes sense. It'd be, I don't think you can use a hope token with that much at this level. Hopefully, guess we don't have an in-combat res. I didn't see that there was one back there. Yeah, I actually, since he said that, it reminded me that that's kind of the way you do it. I'm just gonna... Oh, can't run out. Oh well, might as well start running back now. Oh, they don't let you take shortcuts. Unless that's not even this instance. But I think it is. Yeah. On my keyboard, the, like, backslash, that is... The enter key's where backslash normally is. So the enter key, like, extends extra tall to be where backslash normally is, I mean, and it's just really annoying when I try to do the backslash face. Yeah, doing all three is definitely sounding unnecessarily because it just gets you a bunch of ads and they all go out at the same time, I would think. Glad we got all the skeletons, so I don't really have to worry about stepping on one. Slowly making our way back. So I looked at some of my deeds. I don't think there's really anything else to check. As far as like that type of stuff to go, no loot to look at. My crafting, I didn't get enough resources to actually go through that, so I'm still working on Forester and Prospector. Going to, again, I don't know when the exact transition is to the artisan stuff is, but I definitely want to get my crafting done before that. And I should eventually, especially if I start getting more mines, have enough to go through expert. Here we are. think the left one had all the bats, so I'm not too sure if that would be best with our group composition. If it's always the same each time. My handkerchief's unfortunately on cooldown. I do have some food I can eat to help. Maybe I should eat my barrel breed too. Actually I don't have my ball guardian out. Still have the Matham Hunter's armor, but don't think it's worth just 13 will and 10 vitality to maybe try and save it, see if it's more useful at level 50. Maybe. Should be opening up soon. Can we pull him? Oh, he just didn't pull him. Okay. There we go. I am targeting a mob, right? I don't know, just the screen effect, I guess, being in the light makes it look extra weird even. Oh, or maybe I could move a little bit and that would help. Maybe, yeah, I might have just been like just outside of the radius, I don't know. Okay, so we do need all three. The one at the one at the time sounded familiar, but okay, should be good. I just didn't want what happened last time in with all those bats. Why? Oh, I'm rooted. Okay, I'm gonna give him a heal to try and help out. Don't need all of us on it. Yeah, with these bats, we're just unfortunately a very single target oriented group. Lore Master has AoE, but it's more cooldown based, and the Warden is the tank. He should, I think, actually not have too much trouble with that. Okay, so north one. While he's doing that, I'm gonna help out with the healing some. Actually, that hunter is about to die. I don't know, maybe it is better. I feel like killing the ads would still be better. While the fires are lit, but maybe it's better to try and burst down the boss real quick. It is an actual strategy in some boss fights to ignore ads and burn the boss as quick as possible. Yeah, unfortunately, I thought this boss fight might give us a bit of trouble. I was hoping not this much trouble. I don't think I can do anything to really switch. If we don't need... Let me see. I can try yellow to focus more on debuffing, because I don't think... Killing the ads fast is a priority, but I think surviving and letting the hunters do their DPS would be better. Yeah, the power it gives is barely any. I have stun immunity. There's really not much else I can really do, I don't think. Oh, the Runekeeper ran out of power. Hold up, trying to link this. I think, or is she the one that's AFK following me? I have a bunch of these that I can't... Well, I just never need to use, really. And I can't trade them, though. Would rather give them to somebody that can use them, because they're really not worth hardly anything, than me just keep them and probably end up having to vendor them. Virtues, I don't think I would have got that. Nope. Tactical mitigation might actually be more useful for this one. Am I going the right way still? I'll give probably one more try as red line and then can see about the blue line. I mean the blue line, the yellow line. I mean the yellow line, as I was about to say, still has some stuff. It's just not going to be as strong DPS, but again, just relative to how much total damage I'm doing, my Ball Guardian still does a decent amount of it. So as far as that goes, I don't think it'd be a huge issue. Okay, handkerchief, food, bowl of water. And then trade. Oops. Actually, I don't think I'll run out of power, but I just thought that just in case. It's still not even that much power, only 300 to 350. I just gotta remember to actually use share the power. Also making sure I don't need to use my stun immunity. Yeah, just nothing too good from this. It's tempting to do that, but I still want to wait to see. I could always craft this character shoulders. It might even be better than... The crafted shoulders aren't that great, but they still could be better than the Matham Hunter ones now. I feel like anything at this point maybe to help kill ads faster could be useful too. Okay. Oop. Yeah, that's what we need to kill the ads. Okay. Oops. I don't have any interrupts for that, unfortunately. Wonder if I can debuff him if he only negates damage. Guess I can. He has poor finesse. That one's actually surprising. Hold up. No. How did... I don't know what happened there. These bats are the hardest one, and this is where I really feel like we actually need the Warden for the AoE on the bats. Ooh. What? I'm still in combat and it just like automatically respawned me. I was making sure I was actually at the entrance here. I'm having trouble making my faces today. I feel like the bats are the ones doing a lot of the damage to us, besides the boss, of course, on the tank. Maybe the bats aren't doing much, but it seems like it to me. I'm gonna go ahead and switch here. Get my yellow line set up while running here. I'm gonna try to follow some... Where am I? There I am. My turn to follow. Okay, definitely want storm lore. I don't know about the extra lightning damage. Definitely want to get 1 point in these. Probably get, yeah, 2 in each. Oops. Might as well get that. Oh, power of the knowledge. It's increased. Dang, I was about to pull these guys. Where did I go? I didn't even know there were actually mobs left in here. I must have gone some really weird way while looking at my traits. Blue for me is pet spec. Oh. What? Where did he get defeated from? Yeah, and of course water lore. I don't even have that for this increased healing. Actually, I'm gonna get... There's like no point in that increased healing. Okay, trying to look where I'm going while doing my traits is a little bit hard. So, plus 15, minus 50% range damage, maybe. Conduction, tactical mastery debuff. Can only use one of these. Basically, what debuff? I think on the boss, probably that one. So on that one, it's fire, frost, or lightning skill with frost lore. Okay. Hopefully that's enough, the minus 26% tactical damage, or if it's melee damage. Where is this? Slowly meandering my way through while changing traits and doing stuff. Maybe I'll find something. Oops. What are they talking about? It's pretty weak. I was kind of hoping it'd be up to 2 or 3 hope by now. Because doesn't it get to like 4 or 5 hope by level 50? Even 6 hope? 6 hope would put us even. I'm about to run out of resistance food. I don't know if I should actually... I'll go ahead and use it. I thought Fornost, I mean, this one could have been like 40, 42. Wish the Dread would scale. I'm gonna go ahead and get my Ball Guardian out. I forget, I didn't know that my heal actually already transformed to the weak Fellowship Pot one, so I have a little bit extra to support here. Okay. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest, but I am focused a lot more on debuffs this time. I don't know if this one will pull him. Oh, I guess it will. Okay, I want to try to keep those debuffs up. How often? 30 seconds? Okay. And as far as like Sticky Gourd goes, I still have that, so it's not like Yellow Line's suddenly going to be super weak. I don't know if this tank is having trouble getting aggro or what, but I try to heal the healer. Something's going wrong with what the healer and maybe the tank are doing there. Why? Oh, DC'd. Well, that would explain that then. This is kinda taking a while, but I was prepared to spend a long time at Fornost. I was not too prepared to spend... yeah, it looks like people are gonna start leaving, so I'm kinda fine with that. We got most of the quests done. We still didn't even get the last Angmar Guard. I don't know if this boss would even count for that, but we got all these quest done, all the ones outside, which are the ones I'm interested in turning in. And I can definitely do this wing later. But I think it was still fun overall. Just, unfortunately, I think with the Dread and the mechanics of the boss, it wasn't really fit for level 25s. And not to really blame the tank or healer, but the healer didn't have much morale and her gear didn't seem that great, which could have impacted it along with the Dread. And the tank, compared to just some guardians and even captains and champions I've seen, they have a lot more morale, which is partially due to heavy armor classes having a big advantage right now due to how gear is working out. And they just have more options available through even the medium armor, and especially crafted gear is really strong for heavy armor classes. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on that too much, so we can go turn these in. It's kind of a far way, that's why I wouldn't mind. It's only one mithril coin to get there. If I had mithril coins like I usually do, I would use it. But this might just be a little bit of a walk from Bree. So I'll go to Hengstacer's farm probably, and then I also want to check out the skirmish camp vendor. I know I keep checking them out and it seems like every time I leave disappointed because there's nothing I can get. But I have gained a few levels since I last visited one. Guess I just zoned again, but yeah, we can head there and turn these quests in. That should have some nice rewards. Trestle Bridge. Have to spin. Where's the Hengstacer's farm? There it is. Well, I partially got Yellow Line set up. It's nice to know what they have at this low level, though. Not really enough to fully heal. 4 meters is pretty short, so basically people standing on top of each other, you get the heal over time. I didn't know you already got Beacon of Hope. At this point, you might even get it for speccing in, I don't know. Should kind of sound like it, I didn't... Oh no, you get that for... This was just actually a pretty useful set bonus then. Wording knowledge, so yeah, you get some useful set bonuses. That's just really a small amount of power. I don't know if they scaled power or just haven't scaled that skill, but it's not too much. I was gonna say, fortunately my stream has been doing better since the last like really bad part of it. I've dropped 5% frames, but knock on wood that it stays like that, which is a good thing. And I probably don't plan to do too much more. This has been going for a while with Fornost, and again, I was prepared to go for a while, but that last boss fight kind of tired me a bit, and I do want to turn these in and still see the rewards and get back situated with Lone Lands. And maybe run to a skirmish camp. I'm kind of just checking on while I'm on the horse path here. Might as well make it a little bit prettier and hide my UI. Okay, now that I actually have time and I'm doing nothing, I'm going to translate that. Oh, the wilds of YouTube. I agree. It's been kind of annoying today. It's been pretty annoying the past week. A lot of people talking about WoW in World Chat. Okay, so... was I checking? Well, we're stepping into North Downs for the first time, which I am... Is it Estelton I'm the hero of, or just North Downs? I don't remember exactly, but I'm the hero of one of those. Guess I should track all of these. I assume they turn in at the same spot, but maybe not. Okay. I assume they're all basically outside of Fields of Fornost there, which it looks like, yeah. everything but oatmeal problems. Oop, running into a tree. So where am I? Okay, I'm just trying to get back to where I actually need to go. Wow, Breland was... Oh, weird, but Breland was so long ago, I'm probably... Yeah, dropping frames again. Man. I've had fun running Fornost. And I've had fun with this stream. And doing everything today, but dropping frames and then that last boss have just both been particularly frustrating. I don't even know if like you all are getting what I'm saying now because I could be dropping everything. Ooh, and I'm barely slowly moving up there. Like, if I wanted to continue questing, which I wouldn't mind doing, it's probably be best if I didn't anyway. I don't know why. So, hold up, I'm going to setting stream output. I want maximum CBR. Okay, so we should be back. I didn't realize I was on variable bitrate, so it was still going above. Like, I normally can stream at 9,000, 10,000, and it was still going to that. But I set it down to 7,000 in the middle when I was having issues, and it was still on variable bitrate, so it was going above, but I turned it to constant, so now it's supposed to actually stay at 7,000. And it seems to be okay. I don't know. I just hope, like I usually get a lot of viewers, or a lot of the views from after the stream is over. At least historically, I don't know too much with these recent streams on this character. Thank you for the good luck. Again, I'm using Google Translate because I have no idea how to read that, to be honest. Actually, seeing mobs my level. I've always liked North Downs. Not doing it on this character, so I don't know if I want to get started in the middle of something here. But I might come to Esteldon on this character. Esteldon I'm kind of tired of because I've done it a little bit recently. More so than other stuff, basically. Still getting ash branches here? That's surprising. At least my warden can use the ash branches still. I have tier 2 gems and I really could use some. I could use all of those. That's the type of trades I try to get on when I'm actually sitting AFK in the auction house. Okay, working my way up here. Fields of Fornost is a neat area. The questing here I don't think is the best, but still just a neat area to be in. Oh, U branches. I actually need the U... well, I was gonna say I need the U branches more than the rich iron, but eventually I'm going to need the rich iron. But more immediately I need U branches. Should actually probably check that. Because the rich iron is pretty much only for this character and my Runekeeper for the smelting. I'm getting completely distracted by the resources here, but gotta do something along the way there. And Fields of Fornost, I don't know why, but every time I'm here it seems like it's just loaded with these resources. The U branches, rich iron ore, gold ore. That was actually a bountiful iron deposit. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the turn-in should be just on the other side of this mountain. Okay, we can do that. Maybe. I think I need to go up here a little bit more. To be honest, I'm not completely familiar with this area. I think up there is towards the entrance. That's where the thumbnail actually is. I think it was around here that I had that from. It was from another character at another time, but it just worked out that I actually had a lot more Fornost screenshots, but there's that time when I lost all my screenshots. Maybe I wasn't supposed to go here. I just assumed there was a way up, maybe around here. I can get back on my mount now. Ooh. Probably just end up following this person. But it's where I was intending to go anyway, and there's like a gap right here to where I need to go. Here's the neat little camp. Treasure Hunter's camp. Might actually be some more stuff I can check out here. So there are more quests here? Okay, maybe the questing here wanted... Oh, the actual... Okay. Well, I'm kind of interested in these quests now. I don't know if that's an upgrade. My staff, the will and the critical rating is a lot more useful than the maximum power and the maximum morale, and the fate. I just don't want fate. That's a huge DPS upgrade, but I don't really care about DPS. It's also an item level 40, which is kind of crazy for this level. Same with that sword. That sword would probably be really good for, even if might or will wasn't your main stat. Like, well, I was going to say for a warden, but might's basically just as useful at this point. Like, I'd almost consider for the resistance, and can't really use the block rating, I guess, but that an upgrade. The stats on these are pretty good. If I could use medium armor, that would be a huge upgrade. But anyway, looks like the whole point of this is I get, oh, my first cool looking staff. I will take that then. Definitely want that staff even if it's not an upgrade. So just to compare, I do want to see lose about only 4% tactical mastery really. And I gain almost 200 critical rating. Oh no, I lose almost 200 critical rating. Okay, I was gonna say it shouldn't gain that much from that, and I actually do lose some. It is a lot better looking, and I do want to keep it because this is the first staff I actually kind of like the looks of. So we're gonna go to my outfit, which now has that staff. Oh, that's much better. And then, yeah, the spear would be pretty strong, I'm guessing, for a warden. That's a lot of DPS. And it's pretty neat looking as well. Aren't giving the most XP, though. Assume that stuff is good. The heavy shield's worth a lot more. Javelin doesn't look too bad. Kind of hard to see all of it. The mace, I don't think maces could really look cool anyway, so it's a lot of in-combat power regen. Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy these quests a lot on my warden and getting them done. Because you get a javelin, a spear, and a warden shield, and then you also get that one thing. Finally something for some agility classes here, it looks like. Even might, again, the heavy armor users, basically. That is a huge upgrade shoulder. What's that one? Hates the worms, orc, something. What? I don't know if I have to kill an orc or a worm. I almost kind of want to do this just to get these shoulders real quick. I'm going to see where that quest is. Way up there, that might be hard to get to. I don't know, maybe I won't do that because I don't want to get like in the middle of this and just do that one particular random quest. I will keep in mind that this is here and maybe come back here, but otherwise I'm going to head, oh, I can't head to Bree. I can head to Oscaruth though, they have a skirmish camp there. So that works out pretty well, and that's where I'm going to go back to questing. My warden could use that, even if it's light armor, it's upgrade, probably. I doubt she has anything better. Okay, so we're going to check this reputation vendor again, and we're reminded why we don't want anything from him. Currency exchange, jewelry, cloaks. I just want to see what there is, if their shoulder pads are somewhat useful. The shoulder pads are so bad, but mine are even worse, I think. I don't mind spending 4 marks on that. Unfortunately. Again, they're just so bad, but an upgrade's an upgrade. Okay, so a Numinos is, yeah, locked for bartering to 70. Some of these make no sense when it's locked till, because a Numinos is an instance that's available before level 70, and you have like level, well, 50. Why aren't I'm actually surprised the rewards aren't lower level. I could see that being locked till 55 just because a lot of the rewards aren't there. When are these? These are... Okay, maybe that's... I don't know why the rewards are that high level, because the Numinos is a lower level instance than that, at least. Maybe because it was added... That might be why, because it was added later in the game, when Evan, Dim, and Forshel were added. But like Great Barrow, you can also not do that until level 65, and there's like a level 30 staff here. And there's plenty of stuff low level here, level 25. There might even be some level 20 stuff. 22 Javelin. Really doesn't make sense. That's an insane amount of in-combat power regen, though. That'd be restoring all of my power in 1 minute. I don't know why the in-combat power regen is so strong, though. But yeah, I can't barter for anything in that. And then the Forsaken you actually can, which is... That's almost just as surprising as not being able to barter and other stuff. Don't see anything level 30 for those pants. They aren't even an upgrade. Really bad scaling stats. Like this has... What does this have? 20 total stats, whereas this one has 43. It's so weird. And they're both level 30 and item level 30. Halls of Night. I'm assuming those won't be barterable. Okay. I'm basically assuming everything else. So Fornost, that's the one I want to... So you can barter for Fornost stuff. And I assume that starts like level 35-ish. Yeah, so there might be some interesting stuff in Fornost, nothing now. So basically, like I said, there's really not too much here. It's interesting, and this is level 55 cap, which again doesn't make too much sense. And the jewelry and others barterable, but not the like light armor, which is still the same level. But anyway, yeah, nothing useful there for me, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping, I kind of also just wanted to remind myself what was there, to be honest. But yeah, it looks like my stream is finally working. I'm not really dropping frames now that I'm pretty much done here. Only been going 11 minutes a segment, but I have been going almost 3 hours. We got to the last boss in Fornost pretty quick with quite a few stream issues in between. And then the last boss we took a few tries and took a while. I was kind of fine being done with it, especially because I got all my quests done. There's not too much just for completing that boss when I'll end up completing him again anyway and killing him. And actually getting that part of the instance done. Especially when I'm higher level, have better gear, and actually can get hope tokens to get rid of that dread. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that and not finishing it. I think I'm kind of like tapping myself and it does that. Hey Shagrath, unfortunate time if you just got here because I'm about to be done. Yeah, so nothing too useful as far as rewards go. I did get that neat looking staff, which I'm pretty happy about. Unfortunately, it wasn't an upgrade. Found all this gear that I'll be excited to get on my warden at level 25. and pretty much any other class that uses a melee DPS weapon. So yeah, in the next one, I'll probably just get back to Lone Lands questing, get up. I want to do Garthagar one. I'm pretty excited to do Garthagar one, so I want to get up there. Probably do that tomorrow. Do Harlow questing. Don't really know from there, but that's the plan at least. I might check out Candaith and that stuff. But yeah, so yeah, I think that was it then. That's pretty much the only upcoming thing I can think about. So I hope you all enjoyed this stream, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, and thanks for joining. We had a pretty active chat today, especially early on, so thanks everyone for joining and watching.